We are two hairstylists with over 50 years of combined industry experience, ownership, platform artistry, salon education, and mentorship. Listen, when these two sages get together, you know we're going to have a story to tell. With authentic and transparent moments and some of the world's most craziest shares, we are bringing you to you the juice, along with our perspectives, of course. All stories have originated from the chair, be it a salon chair, barber chair, massage chair, facial chair. These are stories and topics that you can relate to, learn from, and of course, grow from.
Transparency in the chair. What you want in your life. Why? Because it's going to change it. In the perspective of showing you how to deal with relationships, issues, business, family, my goodness, and your man, your woman, all of that. All the juice, all the skinny, all the meat and potatoes. We're going to give you facts on it. We're going to bring it in on the topics, the body, and the conclusion because we want to be able to help and share with everyone. Our stories will generate from the chair, but it's not just about the hair chair. It's about any industry that you can use our information in to change that perspective. So you tune in every week for all the good tea that we're going to have for you guys. The juice is what we do. Look out for Kay and Rae on Transparency in the Chair.
Welcome.
Hello, sister.
Hi, everybody out there in podcast listener land.
Hello.
Welcome.
Once again, bringing in some good, hot, juicy topics. We have a lot to unpack,
We do.
which affects everybody. And I mean everybody. If you're a man or a woman,
Or whatever.
everybody.
Kids, adults.
However you identify.
So, what's today's topic, sister?
Double standard.
Double doggone standards.
And I'm over it.
Oh, I've been over it.
Or my favorite thing to say,
What?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I like when people will.
Yeah. You know how we are. You know how we are. We just want everybody to be happy. Go with the flow.
Flowers.
But listen, okay, so I'm glad we're talking about this because some of the double standards I actually like.
Okay.
And some of them I'm like, they're not needed. You know what I mean?
Is you like it because it's in your favor?
Of
Or
course. Hello.
okay.
Hello.
So somebody's gonna be sad.
That's like the true definition of double standard.
Yes.
So for double standard, I mean, I still like the chivalry. I still want my door to be open.
Okay.
You know, I still, I remember when me and my husband got married, we did the marriage counseling. And I never forget, the pastor was like, if you're good at taking out the trash, you take out the trash. If he's good with doing the bills, let him do the bills. Wherever you shine and thrive at, that's what you do. Matters if it's gender driven. If the male is supposed to take out the trash, maybe the female does, or the woman in the relationship takes out the trash a little better. So he was like, wherever your gift is and wherever you shine at, do that, and that way the relationship will work better. If the male is better with the kids and the wife isn't, maybe the male should be taking care of the kids versus the stereotype of the woman does it. You know what I mean?
I can feel that. But I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I know you love the chivalry and all, but I ain't gonna even lie. Transparency.
Let's do it.
I mean, my husband's that kind of guy.
Which one? The chivalry?
To open the door,
Listen.
hey, we'll knock you over to get to the door.
So does that get on your nerves?
Sometimes transparently so. Because, sometimes I'm just like, I'm a mover and a shaker.
Yeah, me too.
So when I'm ready to move and shake,
you don't want to sit there in the
I
car
don't
and
want to
wait.
sit there. I'll be like,
and wait for him to.
And then he'll put me in the car first. In the summertime, it's hot. And
Oh.
lock the door before he walks his tail around
tell him,
to
babe.
open the door. I'm like, So I immediately just open the door because I'm like, I'm hot.
He can just, pre-start the car for you.
Who said we got to pre-start?
I mean, okay.
Okay.
But you,
Feel me? Yeah, okay,
You're
so
right.
then that, hey, go on and get to your side and let me get to my side.
You're right.
And then so I won't be hot.
So when y'all pull up, you trying to pop the door and get out.
I'm trying to pop the door and get out.
Because you always.
Time. So, I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
Because then, let me tell you when I feel bad about it. When I hear my clients in the chair say, man, why can't my dude do that? And then in my back of my mind, I'm front, back, side. I'm like, I got that.
Didn't we just have this problem? Didn't we just do that? Remember we got picked up from the airport?
Yes.
So
that's
friends.
yes. She's had the transparent
Here's
moment.
my transparent moment. Me and sister here. We coming back from Arizona, I think.
Yeah. On our retreat trip.
On our retreat trip, which we're going to talk about soon.
Yes.
And, the hubbies came to pick us up, right? So here I am struggling with my luggage. I'm like, we bag ladies. You know how we do.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. And I'm looking at you and Mr. Bethay. He done put you in the car, put your luggage on the side, shut your door, put your luggage in. Me and Mr. Fletcher, I'm like, he in the car. I'm like, so when it's in your face, like, damn. So when I get in the car, here I go with my passive aggressive ass.
Right.
I'm like, thanks for the help, babe. He was like, oh. So then he gets up and I got you. I'm like, but I done struggled from the dang on baggage claim. He in the car on the phone.
Right.
Probably on YouTube or something.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. So then when I rode by Kay and Damon, and you were in the car, so you didn't even see none of this.
Right.
I leaned out the door talking about, I said, keep treating her right. And he was like, what? This dude over here, he didn't even get it.
Oblivious.
So then, of course, Damon called me, what did you mean by, he was he overthinker. What did you mean by that? I was like, no. I was just trying to make a point to my husband that, hey, you could have got it. You saw me struggling. So anyway, long story short, he apologized. He said, man, I didn't even see you come out. I didn't know you was coming out. I would have, helped you.
Right.
So then I had to say the thing and say what I want. Because my aunt always says you teach people how you want to be treated.
Okay.
And that is a fact.
Right.
If I never required this, then how am I going to get mad now because he ain't doing it? I never required it. I just like what I saw and was like, well, he ain't do.
But I never even required that from my husband.
Did you not? Did you unsubscribe from it? Did you say, babe, you don't need to do all that? Did you even try that? Cause he gonna keep doing it.
I thought about it 100 times, but I was like, you know what?
But you don't want to give it up because everybody wants. Well, not everybody.
Right.
Most females want it. So
not that I don't. I mean, because I'm at the point now. It's like. Yeah. I probably would feel some type of way if I was struggling with some bags. Then I would have gotten in the car and probably just went off.
Listen, because that's what I was feeling like. And then here it is, this example of the bethés.
Right.
And I'm like, look at this shit.
Yeah, that part.
And we riding by. It was like classic cinematic. And I'm like, look at this shit.
Right.
And he's
exactly.
like, do.
Exactly.
So I did talk to him. I said, babe, I know I didn't, ask for this, but I would like for you to open the door. He was like, you know what? He been opening the door for me ever since.
That's what's up.
Now, mind you, in the beginning of the relationship, he did. He sent his PR, his HR representative.
Oh,
he did.
HR.
Girl, he used to take my truck when I was at the shop. I leave my girl. I was so trained. I would leave my keys on my station. He would come after he get his haircut. He would come get my keys and go get the oil change or get it washed, gas it up, and bring it back. He don't do that no more.
Oh.
Yeah, he don't do that. That was that was way back then. He don't do that no more. So I bring that up jokey.
Right.
But if I require that, I should say, babe, I did. That was a convenience for me when you would go do the things with the car. Because I don't ask you to go to the grocery store. I prefer to go to the grocery store.
Right.
Because he don't buy crap. You know what I mean? So he was like, oh, okay. Do you?
I have an addiction. Remember, I have an addiction.
You do have an addiction. You do have an addiction. So yeah.
I try to stay out of it. No, but I get that double standard for sure. Because then in role reversal, if it was a grocery store, what would we do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know nothing about it.
I would not want him to go. Now, I can give him a list. Have you ever seen those TikToks where they get the husband a poster board with the examples?
Yes.
And then the grocery store shopping?
See, my husband would get the cheapest thing on the thing, I think. He would get the off-brand. Oh, you don't need to spend no money on that.
No, but see, you can't do off-brand on everything.
Right. I get that.
Cheese. Cereal.
Because it do taste different.
You can't do it.
Paper towels.
You can't do it.
Toilet paper.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast.
A whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, I don't mind the house, like the outside of the house is his thing and the inside of the house is my thing. I don't mind that.
Right.
But you can help me fold some clothes, fold your clothes, stuff
right.
like that.
Okay.
So I get that on the double standard of the woman being the homemaker and staying at home and doing the cooking and the cleaning and stuff. And I miss me with that. But if I'm better at it because this joker can't fold. Don't fold my clothes. Don't even put them.
He can't fold them. He can't wash them either.
He can wash them.
No, on the note of washing, I think maybe my husband got me slightly beat on that or whatever. But because again, I'm on the move.
You're on the move.
Yeah. So I might, but he separates the colors and lights and then the light gray with the, he does that.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, is that gonna run into each other?
So you just throw it in there.
Yeah, if they're in the same family, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'm thinking as a colorist, with this affect
that's when you clock in back to work.
I'm always at work. My brain's always at work.
Right.
So yeah, on that double standard, I absolutely get that.
Yeah.
But the double standard of let's just say the woman making more than the man.
Now that's a thing. Because listen.
That's a thing.
Listen. most men are attracted to the woman or a woman if they're driven. You know, they got a business mind. Oh, she got plans and they love it. Oh, she speak her mind and she gonna open her own business or she gonna go to school and she driven and I like that. But then when they get in a relationship and we use those tools on them, they don't like it no more. Why you so verbal? Why you so? I thought you found that attractive about me, that I was a go getter,
Right.
that was, you know, that I don't let no grass grow under my. You thought that was sexy, but now that we in this thing, you don't like it.
Right. And I was
What's up with that?
The very thing that attracts people is the very thing that breaks them apart.
Yes,
Because it's cute when I don't know you.
because it looks good.
And when I'm familiar with you now, and then you my main, my main.
And now you want some time.
Right. Now it's like, it's not so good anymore. So maybe Jonathan give us a perspective on that. Yeah. What does that look like, Jonathan?
What does that look
why?
like?
So for me, I never looked at it in the sense of her making more money. Because I feel you on the double standard.
Yeah.
Because I think it's where internally I wanted to have it where I make more than she does.
Right.
Just because it's like I want to be that provider.
Right.
So I think it's a balance where I would say I won't agree 100% that we'll look at you like making your bag as like what's attractive to me. Because for me personally, if you made $10 as opposed to you making, you know, 6 figures,
Right.
I don't look at that as a qualifier at first.
Okay.
For me, it's more of if you have those kind of feminine qualities that I like.
Okay.
From there, because I've had homies in the past that had someone where they were making more money than them, taking care of them, basically doing what the guy should do for the woman.
Right.
And then it came to a point where I'm like, okay, if that's you guys' kind of relationship, it's probably gonna have a crack in the system because that means you have to handle other things.
Right.
And if you're not handling that, the first thing that's gonna happen is, why do I gotta pay for the food?
Yep.
Right.
Why do I gotta do this?
Right.
Why do I have to do that?
Yeah.
Where she's like, why am I taking care of this bummy man?
Right.
On that, at first you think, oh, it's cute. It's a project I can work on.
Yeah.
But then it crumbles.
Yes. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense of relationship wise, I mean, for me, sometimes I want to do some extravagant situations.
Okay.
You know, that I know in the background, my husband, he's very he's not thrifty. He's just like, it gotta make sense, Kay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, hey, I want to change the floors in the house. He's like, what's wrong with the floors in the house?
Right.
And I'm like, because they've been like this since forever. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
not even thinking about that.
Not that it's falling apart, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, but I'm like, aesthetically, it's time.
It's
you know what
time.
I'm saying?
Right.
And then so I'm like, so do I bring it up or do I just try to he'll just come home one day and just see the floors ripped up?
See,
you know what I'm saying?
The advantage I have is, and you know, I'm just so glad y'all do not call Mr. Fletcher and tell him to watch because he has not watched the podcast yet.
Praise God, hallelujah.
Right.
Mr. Fletcher's her husband, y'all.
Yes.
Ooh.
He different, y'all. But I would say this. He doesn't notice. He don't notice. So
He don't notice when you do stuff.
transparency. Listen, girl, I can buy a bag. I just slide it on in when we go out to eat. He don't even notice. He don't be like, oh, you got a new bag?
Dang.
He don't know. You know, some like my bestie, she has a big flower pot on her porch for the Amazon packages.
Right.
And you see those little things like
Right.
hide my packages here so my husband don't see. Yeah, Mr. Fletcher, he don't notice. So I be just sliding it on in. He don't know. I could put on a new outfit. He'll be like, oh, you look good in that, but it doesn't click to him that she went and bought this stuff and it wasn't in the budget. Or she went and bought this bag and I thought we was saving for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
It don't click like that for him.
Right. Okay.
So floors, obviously he gonna notice that, but the little things he don't.
right.
I can get away with it.
See.
He don't notice.
I
come
will
up some
say-
earrings, he ain't gonna know.
I will say my honey, he does not like, because I always got Amazon. It seems like every day. I'm coming in the house like,
Yeah, with boxes. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like pretty much every day I got a problem.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
he'll just help me in there. He'll
think
never
he
say
used to
anything.
it, though, for you, though.
I think so, because I've always done that.
Yeah, I think
But
he used to.
at a point then, you know, we're saying, hey, you know what? We're gonna do this. Let's pay off some stuff so we can
Right.
actually get to some big meat and potatoes,
right,
you know,
right,
whatever.
right.
And then, so I know probably in the back of his head, he's probably saying, I thought that
I thought we were
We
saving
said-
for X, Y, and Z.
You know what I'm saying? But then there's always this little stash, that you have that you can play with.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he got one too.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just women that have a stash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in that department, I do feel like it can cause a issue in the relationships because I know plenty of people that don't exactly tell their spouses how much they make.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom always told me, you don't never let your left hand know what your right hand doing.
Right. And so
you
I
always have a little something.
Right. And because we do women.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of women that don't disclose that.
Right.
And it's out of, I don't know if it's a fear of that they don't want their man to feel less than or not that they're the provider or, you know what I'm saying? Because you got some men like that. They got issues with the fact that they don't make as much as their wife does.
Right.
Or their girlfriend does or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it could come into that fold of, depends on how nasty you are as a female. It'd be like, this ain't your money.
Right, because they will.
I
You
ain't
got some
asking
people
you-
that will flip it on you.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
my
Like-
house or whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I could see where a double standard will come into play because I don't think that we really hear men say, girl, that's my money. You know what I'm saying? Women say that
Yeah,
all
they
the time.
do. You're right. That's a good point. That's
You
a
see
good
what I'm
point.
saying?
That's a
So
good
it's like
point.
if a man said that, I think we would be like, clutch my pearls. Like,
what?
what?
Exactly.
Like, did you just say that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got people, old school couples where the husband literally came home and handed over his check to his wife, and she did the bills, she tended to the children, she allocated the funds where it needed to go, then bought groceries, cooked, and he go to work.
So let's just say this. Would I feel if I hear a story in my chair that says, oh, I give my husband my check and he gives me an allowance or whatever for the week? We would immediately feel
Listen.
he's girl, he's controlling, he's
girl,
this, he's that.
Yes, my chest is closing up. Like,
Right. But in
Yeah.
reverse, when the husband gives the wife
Absolutely.
the check and then say, hey, babe, this is what we're spending this week, we think nothing of it.
Nothing
So
of it.
is that not a double standard?
That is definitely a double
Yeah,
standard.
because I'm telling you, if the man does it, I swear we'd be like, that joker controlling like a mug.
Yeah,
Girl,
girl.
I wouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and that can hinder, and especially if you have enough girlfriends talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
You absolutely could then be like, well, maybe. Then it's going to start the friction. I
Right.
say do what works for your house.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of couple dynamics that are different. As far as like even how the money is set up.
Yeah.
do y'all have joint checking? Do y'all put everything in one pot and then you pay the bills and that's it?
Right.
Or does he have his account and do you have your account? How do you do it? And everybody's different.
Right.
Me and my husband, we have our joint checking and we have our business checking. He runs a side real estate business and I run the salon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so many times I'll tell him, it's our shop. Come meet the ladies.
Yeah.
We did this together. But he really like shies away from that. He'll
Because
come
he's
up.
not connected.
He's not. And as much as I try to connect him and let him know that this is our thing.
Right.
He's like, well, that's your baby. I get it. And I'll come up there. But yeah, I guess because he feel like it wasn't his idea. He birthed. He was just there for the support. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, we have our joint. We put money into that. We pay the house bills and he has his business and I have my business account.
Right.
So I don't know what's in there.
He comes and speaks to the whole staff.
I know, right? I can see,
Hey, how you doing?
I can see, yep, absolutely.
Right,
yeah.
oh, babe, who's new in the shop?
Yes.
So I love that he's
Yes.
connected because suppose something happens to me.
Right. He ain't
You know
gonna
what
know.
I'm
He
saying?
ain't gonna know where the light switch is.
From the tea and the china. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Okay,
right.
so you definitely need to be a part of that.
Yeah.
But for me, I never get mad with the fact that you have your thing, I have my thing, and we
Yeah.
have our thing together.
Yeah.
We decide which bills we're gonna pay or whatever. Now, if one of my bills that I'm paying in the house gets like the light bill,
Right.
I might get like a little stupid in the summertime. So then I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what?
What's going on?
We need to come in on some of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need you to help in on that if that's
Yeah.
my responsibility.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does get a little, but I do believe that, hey, whatever your dynamics is, because typically for my son, my husband will show up more so.
Yeah, let's talk about the kids.
Yeah, he'll show up more so than I will because my schedule is not as flexible
Right.
for work. So, typically you'll see mom present. You'll hear the mom stories. Thank you, mom, for always being there for me. You've always showed up or whatever.
Yeah.
For him, it would be like, thank you, Dad, because you always showed up for me because mommy's at work all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of like in that role reversal standard, it's kind of like, but is that okay? But it works for our house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you have to do. It has to, whatever your dynamic, whatever your setup is,
right.
that's whatever works best for you. That's what you need to do. You can listen to your friends and how they do it and your aunties and all that stuff. And I even tell my girls, you take all this advice and you sort out what you need. Okay,
Right.
That works for me. That don't really apply to me.
Right.
That work, because you can't apply all that stuff to it because everybody's different.
Right.
So what I want to know is double standard in raising a son. You're raising a son. We have 3 girls, and my stepson is there.
Right.
But he's 20. He's,
He's got to raise.
Right.
Yeah.
So just with raising girls and boys, the double standard. For me, it's like you can have a boyfriend till you're 16. You ain't wearing no makeup until this. You ain't doing that. So, but the boys, they seem to be like, they can go out. Look at your face. It's a difference, especially with going out and then having the little girlfriends and little boyfriends.
Right. Although my husband's super old school. Like, I'm more of
I'm old school.
I'm not.
I know.
And so things that I'm okay with, I'm like, come on, man. My husband's like,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
Right.
And I'm like, of course, you feel a little bit more okay with your sons
Mm-hmm.
going out with their friends, more so at an earlier age than you would your daughter.
Right.
And
But then you got to think about it. Okay, so if I, raising a son, you give them a little more lenience, right?
Yes.
But they're also going to date somebody's daughter
See.
that does not have that lenience. So it's like, how do you navigate that? Like, how do you teach your son, she's a girl, you need to respect her,
Right.
da 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 da. She might not have the same liberties that you have. Do you even have to say that to him?
Show me, I want you put something up high. I want you to make them fly. Throw them in the sky. Throw them in the sky. Make everything collide. Put all your stress aside and let the music take you anywhere like tide. Cause it's me they calling the real loco. Mass play when I on the flow. Calvin over and touch their toe. Everybody don't know the flow. Party turn up and turn over. Over and over, over.